Hey guys, now that we have the official Android 7.0 on some mid to high-end phones, I wanted to compare them here. So we do have the OnePlus 3T, Zenfone 3 and Honor 8 and Moto Z Play all running their official update, and we can just have a look at the software, how it compares on all of them here to see what the main differences are. So we can just start with the notification shade. You can see we have some variation here on how each manufacturer likes it. We can see Asus is definitely probably going the customization route here. Some people saying, it looks pretty ugly, but I don't think it looks ugly. Really, it's definitely something unique and interesting. But some people might prefer obviously the stock kind of build here on the Moto Z Play and the OnePlus 3T, both of which give you the multi-user support as well, which is very nice. The EMUI 5 on the Honor 8 comes with a much nicer notification shade compared to how it used to be. But the icons to me seem a little bit small and hard to press in comparison to the others here. I think they all give you a measure of customization in regards to if you want to drag different tiles to them, as you can see on even the stock ones, which is quite good. We can just have a look at some of the inbuilt apps as well, such as the dialer here. So if we just open them all up, you can see again very stock looking on the OnePlus 3T, and also the Moto Z Play here, a little bit different and customized on the Zen UI and the EMUI here. Definitely think the EMUI looks a lot better than it used to. It looks more closer to the Nugget convention here, which is nice. So you can see there are some minor differences when it comes to the actual user interface. We're getting like the ability to go to contacts here quite quick. Same can be said as well for the messaging app here. If you just have a look, you can see we do have Android messages on the devices that run close to stock here, which I think we have it on all of them, even Zen UI. Obviously, Xiaomi has its own kind of messaging app here, which looks a little bit different in comparison. So, can't go into this on the guest profile, unfortunately, but you can basically see what it looks like anyway. I think you can see it looks quite similar here in terms of the messaging. If you just have a look at some of the inbuilt stuff, like the clocks here, very nice and sophisticated on EMUI. When it comes to the clock here, I do like how grown up it looks. A little bit boring on the Moto Z Play and the OnePlus 3T here, a little bit childish when it comes to Zen UI, very kind of colourful. We can just have a look at the cameras here on all of them. So we have had the slight change to the UI on the EMUI when it comes to the camera. You can see a lot of prompts on the Moto Z Play in terms of what you can do, but I think in terms of the actual user interface, Zen UI and EMUI are going a bit further to give you a lot of customization options in terms of, look, you can do whatever you want to do, whereas on this it's much more refined. I think you do get Pro mode if you have a look in there, like this one, which you can see you can do some stuff with the balancing, etc. Well, there isn't really that many interesting modes you get with the Honor 8. You're getting your good food mode, you're getting your night shot, pro mode, pro video, etc. So there's a lot that you can do there. With the Zenfone 3, you get your low light modes, etc. to help you with low light shooting, HDR Pro. OnePlus 3T does also have a manual mode, but again, it feels a little bit bare in comparison here to what you're getting with the Zenfone 3 and Honor 8. So props to these two for making an effort there. So what else can we talk about? We can talk about the actual version here on all devices. So if we just go into the settings, we can see what version we are running. So you can see Android 7.0 and 7.0 on the Moto Z Play with EMUI 5. Patch level does differ quite wildly on all of them. You can see we're getting December on the Honor 8. I think we're getting, is it January? Yes, with the Zenfone 3. I think OnePlus is the best here when it comes to the latest. In fact, no, it's not actually. It's on December still. Is there an update? So just double check, just make sure. No, it's up to date. You see, I think they could definitely do better when it comes to the patch level, because obviously it's putting you at risk of, stuff which might get on the device, particularly if you're using Android Pay. So you can definitely see all the manufacturers have implemented the main features when it comes to your Nugget, like the multitasking, split screen, etc. It does work a little bit differently on all the devices that I've noticed. Some of them you can do the split screen, you can really make a nice proportion, but others you can't. You can see we have close all, which is a little bit different on all of them as well. Like you got close all down here. You still have your Zen UI close all. If we just have a look at the lock screens as well, we can see the differences here. So it's probably going to be hard to keep these all on, but basically you can see we do get access to Chrome messaging and dialer on the Zen UI, and you get your camera on the on an 8. You get your Google Now on the OnePlus 3T and the Moto Z Play. You do get a new nice wallpaper on the Honor 8, which does come on quite a lot. Which is good as well, so it's a little bit different there. So some nice differences here with these phones. I think they're all got their strengths and weaknesses in general in terms of what they bring to the table. Like you're getting a much better battery life with the Moto Z Play. You're getting a very nice dual camera on the Honor 8. You're getting your raw performance with the OnePlus 3T, and the Zenfone 3 comes with probably the most affordable price and good all-rounder in terms of everything. So yeah, just a quick little video comparison here. Hope you found it helpful, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.